The Nintendo Switch has proven to be a really successful venture for the Japanese gaming giant, and it was a really fortunate success after the massive failure of the Wii U. In addition to the innovation in the hardware department, Nintendo Switch is also home to some of the best games of the last generation, ranging from sprawling open worlds to racers and shooters, and this feature runs down 15 of the best games that you can play on the console right now. Please note that this list is in an unranked format. The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. It's safe to say that Nintendo knocked it out of the park with The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, knitting together a complex web of intertwining systems with mechanics that let you express your creativity to the fullest, resulting in an experience unlike any other. It tackles everything that worked in the original and amps it up to 11, be it Link's powers, the size of the open world, or the many options for tackling a dungeon or boss fight. Despite a few technical hiccups owing to the Nintendo hardware limitations, Tears of the Kingdom is easily one of the best games that you can experience on Nintendo's hybrid handheld. Super Mario Odyssey. The Italian plumber rarely misses the mark, and Super Mario Odyssey is no exception to the norm. The developer takes the singular concept of the hat throw and crafts a sprawling set of challenges and mechanics all around it. Odyssey treats you with one carefully curated jungle gym right after the other, and it ensures that exploration is duly rewarded with stars and secret locations. It's a masterclass in 3D platform design, as it excellently balances difficulty with the freedom to express yourself by chaining together different movements. The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom is the first title in the series that lets Princess Zelda take the reins as she embarks on a grand adventure to seal the mysterious purple rifts that are dotted across the region of Hyrule. Princess Zelda is portrayed as a more than capable hero in this surprisingly engaging tale about saving the day, and the process of solving puzzles and crawling through dungeons is just as familiar as it is fresh. Between this and a beautifully cartoony art style, The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom is teeming with merits, making it a must-play for anyone invested in this long-running series. Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Super Mario Bros. Wonder can be best described as Mario on steroids, and it's just as fun as that anecdote makes it sound. Super Mario Bros. Wonder meshes together ideas previously seen in prior 2D renditions with bizarre power-ups, including, but not limited to, turning Mario into elephants. It's a really creative adventure that rarely lets its foot off the pedal, and the experience of hopping over obstacles and sliding into secret pipes remains as enjoyable as ever. Pikmin 4. Pikmin 4 puts players in the shoes of little aliens as they explore threat-infested levels and use their collective powers to overcome all sorts of challenges. It takes what worked in previous entries and crafts a wider net of ideas, this time around with new abilities and companion characters like Oachi. In addition to this, Pikmin 4 is chock full of different kinds of enemies and levels, which will constantly keep you on your toes, making for an enjoyable ride through and through. Metroid Prime Remastered. Metroid Prime was one of GameCube's tentpole releases, and a remaster making it the best game for a console that's generations apart speaks volumes about the quality and the timeless nature of this game. Metroid Prime Remastered is largely the same experience as the original, with many quality of life tweaks that make it more palatable for a modern audience. What makes it so endearing to play is the thought-out world design, which makes exploration a constantly enticing activity. A simple yet engaging combat and clean visual designs are also important factors that make this game so appealing, and it all remains super fun to this day. Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. The unlikely collaboration between Mario and Rabbids was a runaway success for the first time around, and thankfully its follow-up Sparks of Hope didn't miss the mark either. The narrative treads a fine line between silly and entertaining, and the combat loop of tactically positioning yourself across the battlefield and slowly thinning the opposition remains a captivating affair through and through. Sparks of Hope also adds new abilities to the mix, opening up more options for creating interesting combat tactics. The visuals are also cleaned up by a significant margin, making for a much more polished experience this time around. Splatoon 3. Splatoon 2 was one of Nintendo Switch's launch titles, and while it was a novel game on its own, it didn't quite realize its potential to the fullest. Splatoon 3, however, rights those wrongs, and in turn, gives us one of the best shooters in some time. In addition to a great single-player campaign bursting with creative levels, Splatoon 3 offers best-in-class multiplayer options that will keep you spraying paint and dunking on your friends for hours upon hours on end. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Kirby's outing on the Nintendo Switch is definitely one of its most memorable to date, and a lot of that can be attributed to Forgotten Land's ability to keep you smiling throughout the adventure. Much like prior iterations of Kirby, Forgotten Land also operates on the same hook of Kirby absorbing the powers of its opponents and use them to overcome a buffet of challenges, and it remains an entertaining affair through and through. The levels are sprawling in scope, allowing you to freely explore every nook and cranny in search of secrets and rewards. Pokémon Legends Arceus. The Pokémon series has been going strong for a long time now, but it's also safe to say that the formula was in dire need of innovation. Arceus proved to be the one who addressed those complaints by giving us a refreshing experience that fans have been craving for quite some time at this point. Everything from a fresh new Pokédex to open-world mechanics and a new visual aesthetic contributes to making this game feel original, and despite a few technical hiccups here and there, Arceus is definitely a fun game to enjoy in short bursts on your Nintendo Switch handheld. Monster Hunter Rise. The last few Monster Hunter games have gained traction on a global scale, and Monster Hunter Rise represents the peak of the series. Rise is chock full of diverse biomes filled with all sorts of different monsters, and the process of acquiring the right gear for the right battles remains an entertaining affair that will keep you hooked for hours on end. Between this and new mobility features that make the game more approachable for newcomers, Monster Hunter Rise becomes a great game to enjoy in short bursts on a handheld. Animal Crossing: New Horizons. Animal Crossing has always been about embracing the slow life, soaking in beautiful sunsets with your virtual buddies as you steadily work towards building your own village of dreams. Animal Crossing: New Horizons does just that. It gives you a plethora of tools and options to build your village as you wish and accomplish both your short and long-term goals. Nintendo has also been pretty generous with post-launch content updates, adding in more things to do as you live out your wildest dreams with a bunch of cute cuddle buddies. Luigi's Mansion 3. It's not every day that Mario's brother gets the spotlight to shine, but when he does, he makes the most of that opportunity. Luigi's Mansion 3 takes what worked in the prior entries and amps it up to 11 with a better framework of gameplay ideas and jump scares that will keep you entertained for hours upon hours. Luigi's Mansion 3 is a quality game that's sure to be a rollercoaster ride of emotions ranging from silly grins to unexpected scares and much more. Yoshi's Crafted World. Yoshi's platforming outings might not be the most challenging in a mechanical sense, but they are certainly appealing from a visual standpoint, and Yoshi's Crafted World hits the spot in that sense. Everything from the immaculately created world to the soothing sounds that play in the background come together to create something truly special, and new additions like flipside levels and extra collectibles make this experience more worthwhile for players wanting a challenge. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Originally created for the Wii U, Super Mario 3D World is a quality platformer that takes the best of Mario's bite-sized levels predominantly seen in its 2D outings and combines that with a 3D perspective. Bowser's Fury is a fun new addition to a base game that's already bursting with content with boss fights and a new take on an open-world exploration, culminating in an experience that's almost impossible to put down once you get the hang of it. Hey, did you know that we at Gaming Bolt upload new videos every day? Stick around, drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell, and let us know what kind of content you'd like to see in the future with a comment below.